it gives me great pleasure to introduce our next speaker. I've made many decisions over the years as an executive committee member for CAIR. Some of them good, certainly a number of them bad. But certainly, undoubtedly, the best decision that I made occurred a little over 5 years ago when, along with my fellow executive committee members, we decided to hire somebody who has made a tremendous impact to our office. And that person, of course, is the executive director of our office, Sister Zahra Billoo.
Assalamu alaikum. You don't sound like 1,000+ crowd. I hate to ask you to do it again, but please, just one more time. Assalamu alaikum. I still remember the first time someone said to me, "Go back to your country." Your country, somewhere else, somewhere far away. Over a decade ago, as I was coming into activism on college campuses, getting involved with anti-war rallies and pushing back against the Patriot Act. And it sits with me because this is my country. This is our country. We are American Muslims. We are here to stay and to make things better, to live our faith by example. That is what CAIR is doing. So when people ask, why stick with the nonprofit job for 5 years? Why organize 1,000 people to have a big party to celebrate 20 years? It's because this is my country. This is our country, all of us. We are here, we are voting, we are protesting, we are organizing, we are writing letters, we are mobilizing, we are talking to our neighbors. We are planting roots in this country. And I am so proud and honored to work for an organization like CAIR, celebrating 20 years of making the Muslim community more and more American, not because we need convincing as a community, but because that person who said to me, "Go back to your country," might have said it to you as well. Some of you have heard it. Some of you know others who have. And some of you have experienced so much worse. Just this week, we took a call from someone who was visited by the FBI. And this banquet that we're planning is like putting on a wedding multiple times. But someone was visited by the FBI. That is why we do this work. That is why all of us are here, to enable this organization, not Zahra, not Athar, but this organization that is growing into a force to be reckoned with, to step in for that community member, to say that we will provide you with assistance. And we're not just going to do that. It's not just reactive, direct legal services. And let me tell you, I still meet people in our own community who don't know that they can call CAIR if their child is being bullied at school, if they're being discriminated against at work, if the FBI is knocking on their door, or God forbid, if there's a hate incident or hate crime in their community. They don't know that we do that. And we work day and night to just get the word out about the free services that we provide. And it can't stop there. It's not just about putting a Band-Aid on civil rights violations. It's about making sure that our fellow Americans, our co-Americans, hear about these stories in the media so that they understand what is happening to our shared civil liberties. The Bill of Rights that we all pride ourselves on, what's left of it these days. To our elected officials, because they're the ones that are voting for the policies that so often are problematic, so that they are reminded that on election day, we are going to turn out, and 70% of the Muslim community is a fabulous number. I am not ungrateful, but I'm also thinking about what we could do in 10 more years. In 20 more years, when 99% of us, maybe 100% of us, would engage in the civic process And again, not just stop there. Let's think big, brothers and sisters. When Brother Nihad and Brother Omar and Brother Ibrahim got together 20 years ago, I was in middle school. I've dated myself just a little bit. And if something had happened to me then, I'm not sure that my parents or my community would have had an organization that they could turn to, that they could reach for culturally competent services, that was going into City Hall, the halls of Congress, our state capitals to say, we are here, we pay our taxes, we vote, and we want you to know what we think, whether it's good or bad. I'm not sure that 20 years ago, we could have mobilized protests and rallies, that the Muslim community could have said, we just celebrated our participation in the passage of Proposition 47, which will decrease overcrowding in prisons. Something that I say, when we're struggling with which tasks to take on, which projects to take on, is that justice cannot be for just us. As American Muslims, our responsibility is to everyone. We cannot be self-serving, whether it's us today or someone else tomorrow. There is so much work to be done. A mosque was shot at just this week. A child was bullied just this week. Alabama passed an anti-Sharia bill, because you know, Sharia is a real issue in Alabama this week. And so we're celebrating today, and we have yet so much to do. I'm excited. I'm not scared. I'm not even overwhelmed. I'm excited about the power that sits within this room. Imagine if 1,000 people wrote a letter to their elected official about something, anything that they agreed on. And I get that we're a very diverse community, so we don't always agree on things, whether it's moon sighting or whether we're having chicken or vegan dinners tonight. But if we could find those things and we could work towards them and mobilize each other. The administration at UC Berkeley said to the students, we haven't heard from enough of you. This is a university that many of you in this room graduated from. And however you feel about free speech and Bill Maher, and I would tell you that as a free speech advocate, no one has a free speech right to give a commencement speech. The university said, we haven't heard from enough of you. So how do we do that? How do we get there? Support the institutions, support CAIR, help us grow. Year over year, we are growing as an organization so that we could respond to the increased demand. Sometimes we say at the office that the phones won't stop ringing, and yet we're excited to answer them. We're excited to hear your ideas about how we engage our elected officials, which additional free legal services we can provide, which communities don't know what their rights are. So get involved, support the organizations, make a commitment in honor of our founders who gave 20 years to this organization, in honor of our newer staff who could be doing anything with their work and instead are making sure that our fellow brothers and sisters, our fellow American Muslims, never have to worry about being told, go back to your country, because this is our country. CAIR is the institution that I am choosing, that I hope all of you will choose to continue to further the message that we are here to stay, we are here to make it better, we are here to live our faith through our actions, so that we too can be American Muslims. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.